Looks like we're getting some fuel. Don't think it is reserved anymore. I just put a lot of fuel in you, so for anyone that's wondering, the BMW does actually take a couple of seconds to, I say seconds, it takes a minute, a hot minute, to understand, hello, that you put fuel in it. So it will show up as, there you go, ding, 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 quite satisfying watching that go up. Welcome back to my channel and the S1000R. Now this will be the last video I have on this bike. This bike goes back tomorrow. I swap it out for its bigger, sportier brother, which is the S1000R. So I hope it's not shitty and rainy like it is today, but yeah, this is going to be my long-term final conclusion on this bike. I've done a couple of videos before on the S1000R, like it was I've done a review on it, and I've done top 5 things I like, top 5 things I don't. So join me on this ride. We'll have a little bit of a talk about it. It's not going to be like a detailed review on specs and all that sort of stuff. It's just going to be my general feelings towards this bike, and yeah, if you're interested, stick around. I'll roll the intro and I'll see you afterwards. Oh, it's cold. It's 1 degree today, or 0 even. 0 degrees with a wind chill that says it's like -2, something like that. Whew. So, the S1000R. So maybe you're in the market for one of these bikes. It's BMW's naked offering, and it's not their top spec naked offering, but it is pretty much the flagship naked. It'll be the best-selling naked bike they do, I imagine. Although I should probably fact check myself there. Mud in the road, lovely. This bike is a 1000cc or 998cc inline 4 that BMW offer, and it's a naked version of their, I guess, their older S1000RR, because the newer one has about 200 horsepower or 210 horsepower. This one's got 160. It's a nice overall bike. Build quality is good on this thing. My experiences on it is another thing. I've had quite a, I would say, negative experience on this bike. I haven't really found myself on it, if you know what I mean. I think everyone has that bike that they gel with and the bikes that they don't, and that's the whole idea of test riding. So you find the one that suits you the most. And don't get me wrong, this bike is a great, awesome bike, and it's very easy to ride. I picked this bike up and crashed it in 4 days. It wasn't my fault, to be honest, but it still ruined the kind of experience for me. So it got repaired, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, that happened like 4 days in, which is a bit annoying, to be honest. Just, you know, you don't want to, no one likes crashing bikes, but I've got into that in other videos, and I won't get into that in this one. So I got the bike back, and the tyres that came on are Dunlops, and I don't like these tyres, in all honesty. They're horrendous tyres. I would like to have S22s. I'm going to overtake the scooter. I'd like to have S22s or Metzlers, like M9RRs, or just something a bit more aggressive, a bit more reliable, I'd say. I just don't like the Dunlops. They just don't fill me with confidence. I've had multiple slips on them. It's not the end of the world, and it shouldn't ruin the bike. The tyres are completely separate to a bike. Let's be honest, you can change them, and they're going to be changed anyway. Oh, it's horrendous today. It really is a horrible day. I've got to ride this for 50 odd miles tomorrow. Let's go into town, have a little poodle, see what's going on. Because let's be honest, I'm not going into the countryside today. It's going to be gross. Look at this. Welcome to Chichester, everyone. This is the norm in Chichester. Just traffic and not being able to go anywhere or do anything. You got to get a bit fruity with the oh, what was that? Hey, aggression for the wing mirror. Anyway, let's go back to this bike. What have I disliked about this experience on this S1000 other than the crash? So yeah, the tyres that it came on are standard, although I have mentioned in another video that You can get this with different tyres. I think BMW they usually give them with S22s Bridgestones, which I would much prefer. But, you know, who cares about tyres, let's be honest. They get changed, and you can change them for what you like. The riding position of this bike, I've really actually quite enjoyed the riding position. It's quite aggressive, but at the same time, not too aggressive. Like, it is a sports bike with straight bars, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. Nakeds are designed for people who ride on the road with the occasional maybe track day, and this is perfect. Like, it's a really nice seating position. The controls are lovely. I've really enjoyed everything, such as, you know, the accessibility of this cruise control, and you can change the settings on the fly, and it has a lot of rider modes which you can customize the pro modes on this bike. That is part of a package, I believe. This bike has a couple of packages on it, dynamic and comfort. The comfort being including the heated grips, which have been a godsend. I don't think I've actually turned them off since I've had this bike. They've always been on. Like today they're on 3 at max power. That coupled with some heated gloves, and my hands are always perfect. So that's good. This has a standard can on it. Obviously, if you want to change a can, if you buy one of these new, you'd obviously void your warranty, which is a bit annoying. And some people have a nicer can from standard. They have an Akrapovic can, but you know, as long as that catalytic converter's on there, it's going to sound, or not sound, very good. If more the wording I should use there. It's going to sound quiet. Suspension is okay. I haven't really had any major problems with suspension. My only gripe on this bike, like major gripe, is that too little yobbos. We actually had two people on those Surons last week in my local town, which is this one. A very quiet town with not much going on, just wielding zombie knives around on those little Surons. I think I would actually have to roundhouse kick them both without getting stabbed if possible, if I saw them. But yeah, I've enjoyed the settings and fiddling around with those, which is, you know, everyone likes customizing settings to how they like. The one thing I haven't really gelled with this bike and like actually liked is I know this is going to sound controversial, but the handling of it. It just feels sketchy, and I don't know why. I don't know whether that's the tyres, but it's just, I'm only can really compare a few bikes to what I've experienced on this, but other bikes feel like they're on rails. Like the M1000R, when I rode that, felt like it was on rails. It was amazing. This bike, just when I'm really cranking it over, it feels a bit skitty. It feels like I've got not much. The front feels light, and I just don't like it. It feels a bit, you know, and I think that's what's ruined it for me. I haven't really, you know, got to grips with it. I like my front end to feel secure and like it's not on ice, but I don't know, maybe that's just in my mind from when I crashed. But actually no, it's not in my mind. It is skitty. I don't like it. I know it's not, because I felt it before I crashed. But who might actually buy a bike like this? Like who would benefit the most? To be honest, BMW have done a really good job of this bike and making it just an all-round great bike. Arguably you don't really need an M1000R power. 210 horsepower is redonk. It actually is redonkulous. And you can option out this bike so much. It will cost you a fortune, but you can option it out to the point where you probably have this bike for a long period of time and be very happy with it. And also you've got BMW sort of quality behind it, which is obviously very high. These are all manufactured in Berlin. So German manufactured, German made, German design. Quite cool. But yeah, my experience on this, I really have enjoyed the bike in general. I haven't enjoyed it enough to really want it, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of glad it's going back actually, and I'm kind of glad I'm just getting something different for once. But it is a good bike. Oh, here's a new Dutch style roundabout, which our local government thinks is a great idea. A housing development place have paid for. What a load of shit. Anyway, yeah, what else can I tell you about this thing? I feel like if you're in the market for a motorcycle, you should try this bike. You will be impressed with it. I mean, all the basics it does really well, like the throttle response, throttle control, and the smoothness of the clutch and all that jazz is all very nice. It's fairly good on fuel. You know, it's okay on fuel. I think I get about 40 plus miles per gallon. Actually, let's look, because I can't remember. How do I look? It's been a while. What am I getting? Yeah, 40 miles to the gallon exactly, actually. is roughly what I'm getting. It's been a while since I've actually rode in like rain. It's never fun, to be honest. I don't ever like it. Tell you what upsets me a little bit is the fact I can't make it pop and bang unless it's in Dynamic Pro. It isn't the worst thing in the world, but it'd be nice if it did it all the time. Oh, don't know if you can hear that popping. Just turn it into Dynamic, the valves open and it pops lovely. Sounds so good. Imagine one of these bikes with an exhaust would sound absolutely insane. I'd love to put a full system on one of these bikes. But what packages would I recommend with this bike? I mean, this is a 2024 model, so a lot of the packages are oh, come on. You know. Anyway, packages. Yeah, I'd recommend 100% the Comfort Pack. I also think the Dynamic Pack is worth it. What other stuff can you add onto this bike? BMW offer low-high seat. That's a cool car. So check out the bike first. I've just got the normal seat on this bike, and I've got a 32-inch leg, inner leg, and I'm fine on this one. You know, flat foot either side. So yeah, but you can customize it if you need. What other packs are good? This one's got a little sport windscreen, which I think it looks good. I don't think it has any function, to be honest, but I think it looks good rather than just having the dash just exposed. I prefer it like this. This, guys, if you're a normal viewer of my channel, I think 8 or 9% of you, that is. Thank you for watching. Sorry I haven't been around lately, or too much. I've been exchanging contracts on a house this week and doing some final checks. My seller, or the seller of the house that I'm buying, is a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you, with regards to honesty. So yeah, I've been doing that, so it's been hard to get out, but I've had to recharge the battery on the old S1000 as it goes back tomorrow. I need to give it a clean when I get home, and yeah, you'll see next the S1000R, I imagine. I'm filming this on the day of the release, with a bit of luck, if my laptop holds up. So I'll be releasing this video today. If you're watching this, you'll be watching it probably in the evening. But this is the morning-ish. I don't know if that clock's right, 1:41. Is it 1:41? I think it's later than that. But I'm not sure what time it is. Who cares? Well, if you're watching this today, that is. If you're not, it could be way into the future. Future. Oh, I can't wait for the summer. I don't know about you, but these wet roads I've had enough of the bike being tucked away and suffering. The house I'm just moving into actually has a garage, so I can actually cover my lovely bikes up. Don't have to constantly keep them clean outside, and no matter what cover I seem to have, they seem to get a bit dirty. But yes, with regards to the S1000, we should probably get back to the real fucking talk. Would I recommend one? Yes, I would. Probably wouldn't buy it new, but I would recommend one. They are an all-round great bike. Like I said, I haven't really gelled with it and its handling and its characteristics myself, but it is an easy bike to ride. It's, you know, it's nice. The quick shifter works lovely. The brakes are good. It's quick. Build quality is very nice. You know, with a couple of little tweaks, you know, for your own personal modifying, you could say, this bike would be a lovely purchase, and it will last you a long time. So yeah, that's it really. It's just a quick 10-minute catch up about this bike and my final thoughts on it. I haven't really got anything massively negative to say about it, to be honest. It's just all around really good, and I know people that have them love them. Would I swap my own MT10 for one, which is older? My own MT10 is 2017. No, I wouldn't. I would not. Talking of the MT10, for those of you who get this far in the video, I'll have to do an update, a separate update, but essentially I have an engine on the way, and I've kind of pulled out of rebuilding the one that's in there, but we'll save that for another day. I'll do a video on that and catch you guys up on what's going to go on with that engine. Ciao for now.